I contemplated whether I wanted to put this conversation on just my member side, because I'm not used to being this raw and open and emotional about my life with you all on the public side. But I decided that it's important for this message to be seen by everyone. I'm dropping F-bombs, there are expletives. I'm just being who I am. And if that offends you, then you need to leave this video right now, because I'm not apologizing for it. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. No, wait. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I've been up for a number of hours. I would say I was up to 4. I think I started rolling around 4, but I've been up. I barely slept. And I just started crying. I got out of the bed and I fell into a heap on the floor, and I just started bawling. And I hope I don't cry in this video, but I feel like, I've been on YouTube for like 13 years, 14 years or something like that now. And, I have a fitness channel. And one of the things for me with my fitness channel is that I always shared myself. I always was doing vlogs and sharing my life, the things I was striving for at the time, mostly my bodybuilding goals and my fitness life. And looking back, it's like I see this exuberant young version of myself, like just with so much hope and naivete. I was so naive about so many things, but a hope. And, I feel like this space and this channel is different because this space expects you to have a facade all the time, to wear these fucking masks, and they just drive me nuts. I'm dropping F-bombs in this. So I'm just going to be myself. If that offends you, you're going to have to leave this video because I don't want to hear your opposition to that in the comments. It's not about you right now. It's not about you. It's about the people that need to hear me speak, and I need to speak the way that I speak. Okay? So that's the thing. This channel has become such a burden for me. Like, because I always feel like I have to wear a facade just to sit here and talk about what I am experiencing in my life as a Christian to Christ. It's so hard. This life is so hard. And not the YouTube creator life. I'm talking about being a Christian. A Christian life is hard. Man, my head is pounding right now. It's hard. That's the thing that we don't talk about in the faith community enough, is how alienating this life can feel. And it's not like I can depend on my Lord. I can pray. I can go to mass. I can show up. I can go to confession. In fact, I love it because that's the only thing that gives me solace. It's the only thing that gives me that foundation to feel like everything is going to be okay. However, it doesn't make up for the fact that when you decide to turn your life over to Christ, like, everything is changed. I don't feel like I connect with the world around me anymore. Like, I can't stand listening to today's music because the messaging is just so debasing. It almost doesn't even matter what you listen to. It's just, I can't relate. I don't want it in my ears. I don't want it in my life. And I feel the same thing with music and television and movies. It's like, I just don't want to consume it. And then there's the whole social media thing, which I fucking hate it. I hate social media. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it with every fiber of my being. But I feel like as a business owner, as a content creator, it's kind of one of those things that I like have to sell my soul into, and I don't want to. I go in there kicking and screaming. I'm not on Instagram. I kind of stopped using my Facebook to a great degree as well, because I just feel like I just don't want that energy coming at me, you know? And we don't talk about that as Christians. We don't talk about that enough. How do you deal with that? Because the world around you is so different. It's changed. And I don't feel always like I know how to navigate in there, you know? It's lonely. And it's not lonely because you don't have support or don't have people. I have support. I have people. I have friends. I am part of the ministry in my church. I'm a part of the young adults group. I go to mass like almost every day now. And I know that if I needed to call in my pastor for spiritual direction or to talk, he's always there. He's gregarious in that way. I have people in my life that are amazing, but it just feels so empty. And I don't know if maybe this is like just a life crisis in general, right? Because the things that once brought me joy don't bring me. I feel like there's a double-edged sword. Like I feel like I can't pursue them because they conflict with what I believe and how I'm trying to live my life, or that to pursue them would bring ridicule upon me, you know, from the online community, rather. It's not even from the people that I know in my life, you know. What am I talking about? The things I used to strive for prior to truly turning my life over to Christ were your typical idols of the world. Money. I was really focused on building a fitness empire that helped people from around the world, and it makes millions of dollars a year, and I'm having this successful life and this successful business and doing all these things. And I still want that, but there are some days I can't even get up in the morning to just work out because I feel, what am I striving for? Like, what is this? And what is the outcome of all of this? And in an industry where everything is just hypersexual, I can get a lot of attention. I can get a lot of eyeballs on my work and what I do in fitness if I do one thing: put my ass on camera, wear a crop top, have my tits out, have my ass hanging out my shorts. I'd be rolling in the freaking dough right now. Are you kidding me? I would be rolling in the dough. This body, I've been motivating folks with the energy that I have, the knowledge I have, I would be cleaning up house, especially doing it at my age. You know, I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not like 20s or anything like that anymore. Like, people relate to that. They want that content. They want that content of the empowered woman, over 30, over 40, or whatever they want, over 50. They want all that. They want I am defiant in the world. Look at me. I'm so sexy. I'm so this. I don't give a shit. Okay. Like, I don't even want to, I've never wanted to put myself out there like that. And yeah, listen, if you go on the internet, you look at some of my old fitness stuff. Yeah, I was half naked, but not to the extent that these chicks are doing now. And I don't want to debase myself to do that. And now here I am sitting here like paralyzed because my morals and what I believe and how I believe I want to be perceived is juxtaposed against my industry and what sells. What do you do? Like, you fucking stay stuck. That's what you do. That's what you do. You stay stuck. And then there's this faith stuff. You know, I'm doing this video in this style, in this way, in this darkness, with just this simple light, no makeup, 5 o'clock in the damn morning, because I want to be raw and real. That's why. Because I want you to see the real me, not the facade. I feel like I come on here to talk about what I feel, and because the things that I feel are so controversial at times, the way I see faith because I push myself in all things. I question things. I'm not afraid to go there and ask the hard stuff. I feel like I might offend someone, and then they're going to be talking about me in the comments, and then they're going to be having a meltdown, and then, oh my stars, and if I'm wearing this thing, and I'm a whore of Babylon, and all these things, I'm drawing men to sin. It's like, I am tired of that shit. I am, because I feel like there's this ideal in the Catholic space or in the Christian space, period, that there is only one way to Christian. There's only one way to be. And that the rest of us who don't fit into that box, we try to conform to it. And it's not like you're being rebellious. I'm not trying to stay who I was. I have changed. I have done the work. I am doing the work. But I'm not that box. That is not who I am. And it's hard. It's hard because there's an expectation for everybody to be homogenous and the same, and that's not life. So it makes you feel alienated, and that's why people leave the faith. That's why they leave, because you don't feel like you fit in. Because in the world you fit in. In the world you fit in. And here you're trying to change and become better, and it feels so alienating. What do you do? My cat is in the litter box. Every time I go do a video, this kitten goes in the litter box. He drives me nuts. I love him, but he drives me nuts. That is the loneliness that's out there. Especially for those of us who are not perfect, like we know we are flawed, and every day is a step, it's a struggle, it's a choice. To walk in the light, it's a choice. And the only thing that really stops me from going off the deep end, for me, the deep end would be to say, screw this, delete everything, forget it, and go do you, girl. Go do you, girl. Be happy. Go make yourself happy. That is the impulse. Every day, the struggle every day is just to say, I have the case of the ethics, and I'm done. And I'm going to go in the world. I'm going to go out. I'm going to wear the shortest skirt I can, put my girls up to my chin, and I'm going to walk out there, turn every head, have my way with everything that I want in my life, chase the money, do the things that are fun, chase the world, be happy, and all these things, and be empty, right? But that's easier. It's so easy. It's so much easier than this. It's easier than this. And that's the struggle of the Christian life, to have to choose this. And the only thing that gives me solace is not the jovial, oh, I'm Jesus. No, it's remembering that he struggled too. It's remembering that before he died, he prayed 3 times to not die. But if it's God's will to let things happen as they will, those are the things that give me solace. Knowing that he struggled too. It wasn't easy for him. And that when I'm feeling this kind of loneliness, that's my time in the garden praying for the Lord to pass this cup. But whatever he's pushing me in my life, to let it be done according to his will, because I don't know what the next level is. I don't know what he's preparing me for. But whatever it is, man, that shit's gonna be massive, because I feel like I am pushed up against the wall. And I feel like he has got me by the throat. He's got me by the throat, like, girl, what are you gonna do? You gotta focus, and I'm gonna push you. This is what I feel like. And it's hard. It's really hard. And I think we all go through it, especially when you have experience in worldliness, when you have experience in being out there. And the lure of that is always there because it's easy. And the people around you, like, you might not even be able to connect with them anymore. I'm blessed in that I have a family. My family is very religious. They are. They're not just spiritual. They are religious. They are praying people. They study their Bible. They read their Bible. They pray every day. They go to church. They show up. They're there. We're there for each other. Even though my family, some of my family is baptized Catholic, but now they practice, Protestant faiths. They're still very devout people. I am staunchly in my faith, and I show up, and that the disconnect is not there. Like, I am fine to live my life with the sacraments and church, and that's not the problem. That is not in fact, that is the part that gives me my solace and my strength. But then the reality when you're sitting by yourself sets in. It's hard to find people to connect with. And I do have friends. I have friends in the faith. But let's say dating and relationships, that is a struggle because now you're looking to invite someone else into your life in an intimate way that lives a worldly existence. And even when they say that they're Catholic or Christian, it's still a struggle sometimes. Like, you having to explain why you believe some of the things you believe, why you're chaste, why you are living your life a certain way. And it's just like, we should be on the same fucking page here. Like, what are you? What is going on? It's hard. It's hard when you're living this life. When you're living the worldly life, it's not hard because you can connect with anything and everybody because you're all living in your own vices and your own, whateverness. Don't you? Yeah, that's easy. That's easy because then there's no, you make the rules. You make the rules. In order for me to keep up doing this channel, I have to be able to sit here like this and have the real conversations. To not give a damn about production right now, okay? To sit here and just be raw and honest. And to talk to those who need to hear this message. There's somebody out there right now who is struggling, who is trying to walk the walk, but they're on their last leg. Because it's hard and they have nobody to talk to. They don't have anybody that they can relate to. They're searching online to find someone who understands. And everybody is on this fucking facade shit. Like, they're so perfect. And if you're on here, you're supposed to be so perfect. You're supposed to be an example. You're adults. Grow up. Don't look at me as an example. I'm just starting conversations, okay? I'm not asking you to live a certain way or to do. I am sharing my faith, my walk, my understanding. I'm not here to teach. I'm not here to do any of that stuff. I'm not here to minister. I'm just here to share a point of view that makes you think deeper beyond what you might, your understanding in your subjective view of Christianity. There are those of us who are walking it. We're walking alongside you, but our road is way different because we're individuals and we have our own struggles. I would have those uncomfortable conversations about the crazy stuff that goes on in my head when I'm talking about faith that forces me to go deeper in prayer and in the scriptures and to find out what he really said instead of the world telling me what he said, because the world is telling me lies. I needed this. To just wake up out of my bed, to not even put on any makeup, sit with single light and just talk into the void of the darkness. This darkness that I feel surrounds me right now, this is my reality. That's where my soul is right now. I've been trying to struggle through reading The Dark Night of the Soul. And I am so thankful that we've had people Some of our greatest saints go through the same things. John of the Cross, Saint Ignatius, discernment of spirits. That desolation is where your faith is strengthened. So I'm not running away from this. I'm sitting in it, but I'm questioning and I'm exploring and I'm letting myself be raw, because this is faith in action. It is not always pretty. True faith tests you. It tests you. And it humbles you, because you realize how you can't do anything without him. Because without him, I wouldn't want to live, guys. I'm not saying I'm suicidal. Don't you take it that way. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you don't have him, what else is there? Because when you get to the point of despair, you have nothing else. It's like his hand is always reaching there. Like, girl, get up. Get up. This is your tough lesson. What are you learning? What am I trying to tell you? Get up. Get up. I have more for you. You just have to get up. You have to lean on me more. You have to trust the process. You have to know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, that you're going to come out on the other side, but you have to go deeper in prayer, in fasting. And maybe that's what I'm being taught right now. Maybe I've gotten a little haughty and I need to be knocked off my damn high horse and get down to it again. But it's hard. It's lonely.